Alright, we have our Windows Phone in front of us now, and we won't go into the excruciating detail about the notification bar on Windows like what we did on Android, because pretty much all the same rules apply to Windows as it does for Android, well, and vice versa. So let's just go ahead, we'll pull down the notification bar, do it the same way from the top to the bottom. Here you have your quick setting options, and it's going to be the same concept. If I were to press and hold Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, again, a few of the options you can press and hold, and it'll take you direct to the on-off switch, as well as the options to be able to select whatever list of options that are inside of that particular section. Here you have the notifications down below. You have the clear all, if you can see that. You've got the option to clear all, or with Windows you can swipe from left to right and you can take them out individually. When you press on one, it's going to open up that specific application. Since all of these are Outlook emails, if I pressed on one, it's just going to take me, it's going to open up the Outlook email for me. You can expand, so when it says expand here, you can expand to get more options for quick settings like what you can do on Android. And beyond that, again, it's very similar to Android as far as how the notification bar works, its layout, its functions. Alright, and finally with iPhone. They do things a little bit differently, as Apple tends to do, versus Android and Windows. They do have a notification bar, indeed. So let's pull from top to bottom, and we will reveal the notification bar. We can get it all the way down there. There we go. So you'll see, in addition to notifications, you'll also have like an events calendar as well. So let's go back to notifications. And then, just like with Android, just like with Windows, of course, you'll see your list of notifications, and notifications that pertain to whatever application it may be. In this case, we have Gmail, the email application. Again, you can expect to find phone calls, text messages, Facebook messages, etc. in this location. There isn't a one-by-one deletion of each of the notifications, so don't expect that, but there is a clear all function. So this little X represents clear all. If we press on the X, then you'll see it show up there in place of the X, clear. If you press it a second time, it's going to clear out the entire section. Now if you have notifications that go day by day, like in this case it says here Friday, you had Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, etc. When you press this clear, it's only going to clear out the notifications for that day. So everything for Friday would disappear, but you would still have Thursday, Wednesday, etc. if you didn't get a chance to check those previous notifications. Same concept. If you press on this, if you press on whichever of the notification that you have, it'll take you right into that application that pertains to that notification. You will notice, however, that you don't have quick settings going across the top like what you have on Android and what you have on Windows. However, again, Apple, they do things a little bit differently. There is a quick settings function. It's not considered a part of the notification bar, it's just its own separate section. So let's pull that back up. And for iPhone, since there isn't a back button, that's the way to get rid of the notification bar. You can do it that way, or you can press on the home button and it's going to take you back to the home screen, so do keep that in mind. Okay, but now here's how Apple does the quick settings. They call this a control center, and let's slide that over to get rid of some of that glare that's popping up there. Sorry for that. But they call this a control center, and it's going to be where you find the quick settings that we saw in the notification bar on Android and Windows. If you notice what I'm doing, I'm taking my finger, and this time from the bottom of the screen, swiping upwards. Notice it's taking me a few tries too, so there we go. On the smaller phones, we're going to swipe pretty close to the top. On the larger iPhones, like the 6 Plus, the S Plus, I think it's going to go about halfway to the screen there, so you don't have to go all the way to the top. But it reveals what Apple calls a control center. Now, you're going to see some of the same symbols as which you see on Android and Windows, but these are pretty much fixed as far as Apple has designed it. So there's no moving around, manipulating like what you can do with Android or Windows. We didn't really talk about moving around and manipulating some of these quick settings that could be done in a future video if necessary. But with that, and we accidentally pressed on YouTube. Let's pull up the control center again. With that, I'll just list them off here. You have airplane mode, you have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, you have do not disturb if you don't want to receive phone calls, you have the portrait orientation, I think they call it, or just screen rotation. Then you'll notice down below you've got flashlight, you've got the timer, you've got the new night shift that's come out here recently, you've got calculator, and you've got camera. These options here will not take you anywhere. These are just on and off switches. You know, unlike Android, like when we press and held for Wi-Fi and it popped us into Wi-Fi. However, these down here, with the exclusion of the flashlight, because it just turns on the flashlight, turns it off, these will take you somewhere. So let's just show an example. Press on the calculator, takes us right into the calculator. And then we'd have to actually pull up the control panel again. And then etc. Each of these will take you to its corresponding location. Alright, you'll notice also that you have your screen brightness setting. And then since I have the YouTube application, you'll notice a quick setting here for, you know, settings for video playback and sound. You might have something like this if you have like a Pandora or some other type of media application where you can manipulate the sound, etc., that you would find in the control panel as well. But that's how Apple does it. A little bit different. Again, it's not in the notification bar, so there's actually a secondary screen that you can pull from the bottom. It's a little bit trickier, so be patient with it if it doesn't pop up right away, because it trips up my customers, and as you saw in this video, it tripped me up also. I couldn't get it the first time either. Okay, so this is probably the longest video of the basic series, and we went in excruciating detail about the notification bar, its location, its functions, what it does, how it works. So with that, I hope this video was helpful to you. Again, a little bit longer than normal, but I hope it was helpful to you. Again, this is Keep It Simple Phone Tech. Thank you very much for watching.